Hey guys, it's Thursday, July 22nd, 2021. I am Benjamin McCon, and it's time for the daily news. Guys, as always, in the description below, 3 articles we're looking at today: one left wing, one fuselage, and one right wing source. So, guys, let's get right into it. We're going to start today with our right wing source. This is Breitbart.com, guys. Click and follow along in the description. Like and subscribe. Obama ethics chief slams Joe Biden's, quote, blind spot, end quote, over Hunter Biden meeting with anonymous art investors. They said, well, when I'm right, I'm right. Hunter Biden will meet with prospective buyers of absurdly overpriced presidency profiting art. Good grief. The president has such a blind spot on this issue. I really hope he and his son come to his senses. Guys, check this one out, because it's just another example of the Biden crime family doing their thing that people are oblivious to because Orange Man bad or something like that. Guys, letting the president's son sell art to anonymous buyers is a giant ethics hole. All right? Plain and simple. There's not much more to stay on that one, so we're just going to move on. Guys, let's move to our left-wing source, and that is New York Times. NASA releases first detailed map of the inside of Mars. NASA's InSight mission revealed Mars' inner workings down to its core, highlighting great differences of the red planet from our blue world. So guys, click on this one, check it out if you're into space and whatnot, but pretty soon in our lifetimes we're going to have a space base there on Mars, and it's cool to know what's inside of Mars. It looks like it's full of dirt. And that's something, guys. Mars is full of dirt. So click on that if you're interested in the space stuff, guys. And I'm going to finish it up today with our what I think is probably the most interesting article. This is out of projectsyndicate.org. It's called The Fallacy of Climate Financial Risk. And I'm going to read you a heavy section of this. This is by Johnny Cochrane. The idea that climate change poses a threat to the financial system is absurd. Not least because everyone already knows that global warming is happening and that fossil fuels are being phased out. The new push for climate-related financial regulation is not really about risk, it is about a political agenda. Let me reiterate that. Guys, the push for climate change is a political agenda. Stanford. In the United States, the Federal Reserve, the Securities Exchange Commission, and the Department of the Treasury are gearing up to incorporate climate change into U.S. financial regulation. Following even more audacious steps in Europe, the justification that the climate risk poses a danger to the financial system. But that statement is absurd. Financial regulation is being used to smuggle in climate policies that otherwise would be rejected as unpopular or ineffective. Good example of an unpopular and effective climate policy is windmills. I went over this in my previous videos. Quote, climate, end quote, means the probability distribution of the weather, the range of potential weather conditions and events, together with their associated probabilities. Risk means that the unexpected, risk means the unexpected, not changes that everyone knows are underway. And systemic financial risk means the possibility that the entire financial system will melt down, as nearly happened in 2008. It does not mean that someone somewhere might lose money because some asset price falls, though central bankers are swiftly enlarging their purview in that direction. In plain language, then, a climate risk to the financial system means a sudden, unexpected, large, and widespread change in the probability distribution of the weather, sufficient to cause losses that blow through equity and long-term debt cushions, provoking a system-wide run on short-term debt. This means the 5 or at most 10-year horizon over which regulators can begin to assess the risks on financial institutions' balance sheets. Loans for 2100 have not been made yet. Such an event, such an event lies outside any climate science. Hurricanes, heat waves, droughts, and fires have never come close to causing systemic financial crises. There is no scientifically validated possibility that their frequency and severity will change so drastically to alter this fact in the next 10 years. Our modern, diversified, industrialized, service-oriented economy is not that affected by weather, even by headline-making events. Businesses and people are still moving from the cold Rust Belt to hot and hurricane-prone Texas and Florida. So what does this mean, guys? It means they're going to try and do financial regulations based off the climate, which they're saying is there is a risk, which means they're saying that they think that there's going to be a sudden woof in climate change. So look out. In plain terms, what I read from that article, I really suggest anyone read that article, read that one in below, and like and subscribe. That it's saying that the federal government is going to take this view that is unscientific, that there's going to be a climate catastrophe. This is like a blizzard that puts 3 feet of snow in every single U.S. state and every square mile of the state. Like something that will not happen. Why is this significant, guys? Because regulations put money in the government's pocket. And money in the government's pocket, as we know, time and time again, ends up in corrupt politicians' pockets. It ends up in political campaigns. It ends up in the form of M16s in terrorists' hands. It ends up as misappropriated funds, guys. Did you know half of all the pandemic unemployment, about $500-600 billion, got frauded away? And that's something. That's it for today, guys. Check out the last article. If you're into space, check out the middle article. And if you care about our president's extremely scumbaggy dealings, click on the first article. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow.